Well, as you know, tomorrow is the day when the movie theater shooter is actually going to court for a preliminary hearing. But at the same time, I still have doubts about that because even though it is going to be a hearing, it's actually which it determine whether or not he's going to be on trial. But at the same time, it's actually going to be pretty difficult because, to be honest with you, the family of the victims are going to be there, and it is going to be a very difficult hearing. But the only thing that I also have doubts about is that every time that he goes to court, he makes the same wide-eyed expression like he does when he first came to court. And to be honest with you, even though not only that, it's not about how much he had to shoot so many people, it's about what's going on in his mind. See? His mind. Understand? The man is sick. How can you put a sick person to death row? I mean, I'm sorry. I know that what he did is horrible and ugly, and God don't like ugly, but at the same time, this is a mentally ill individual that you're trying to do. And the most important thing that is best for him is either thrown in jail for the rest of his life or a mental hospital. And I think that's what is best for him, because you can't actually kill a mentally ill person. You know? You can't do that. And the only thing that I'm concerned about is that, when he comes to court, he's going to be the same way, I know. He's going to be the same way. And, and we all seen the news about that, but I'm telling you, that will be a bad idea to put him on death row, because the guy is sick. He's ill. And, but the only thing that even though the problem is that we haven't heard from his family. And I know that for the last couple of months, this has been the most difficult time for them. And, and the only problem is that they're not speaking, they're not saying nothing. Just because you have a difficult time, not with what your son did, that doesn't mean you have to say something, you don't want to say anything. But the bottom line is, it is difficult. And they're in the point that they just don't want to talk. But at the same time, but hopefully they might say something, probably when the time is right, and maybe that way he can help some families that are in the same similar situations. And so really, all I'm trying to say is that even though it might be a hearing tomorrow, but to be honest with you, it's going to be pretty hard to put him on trial, because it will be a bad idea. And about that psychiatrist that was trying to treat him. Apparently she did the best that she could to treat that guy, but she's probably worried that he's gonna make a mass shooting at the school. But I'm glad it didn't happen. But it's sad that it did happen at a movie theater. But really, the guy is not well enough. He's not. But even though it was a horrific crime that happened last summer, but I think putting him in death row will be a bad idea. It will be. And this is and let me show you something. And then I want to share something that kind of makes me think about him, and I don't know what it is. And yeah, give me a minute, people. Well, yeah, y'all with me? Yeah. If he thinks he's the Joker character, he's proven wrong. See? Nothing compares to how he looks like. I'm sorry, people, but even though he committed the most worst massacres that happened in the history of this country, but unfortunately, this is a very ill person that unfortunately needs to be somewhere that is outside society. And unfortunately, he's not treated, you know. And if somebody could have done something about it, everything could have been prevented. But all I'm saying is that, I mean, even though, but unfortunately, it will be a bad idea to put him in a trial. Because if it happens, it will be so difficult for the victims' families. And even though he did a horrific crime, sometimes it makes me feel sad to really see him in that state of mind. You know, sometimes it's sad to see him that way, isn't it? But whatever he has going through, it's not gonna really, you know, bring back those people that lost their lives last summer.